All right, happy Saturday morning. It is time to do our weekly top trades of the week and to update our chart going into the new week. Look at the timestamps below. So on last Sunday, we got a gap up. There's a gap up and go. No gap fill. This Sunday opening was never retested in the RTH session. So I don't normally carry forward Sunday openings unless they have not been tested during the RTH session. So let's go ahead and update this level. This was Sunday opening 9.21, and then I put a little vertical slash there, untested RTH. All right, so I'm just going to update that level. This RTH high, now what I would want you to add here is gap up. Okay, some people do it by the close, some people do it by a high. Well, in this particular case, they're so close to each other, it doesn't really matter. So that's how that looks. And then Sunday, I published two things in our group. One is called our strong levels, which I believe are the most important levels going into the week, with notes on those levels or with the key ones. And then the battle plan. Where am I interested in engaging in price? So when we closed Friday, where was I looking at engaging in price? Where would I want to go long? Where would I want to go short? And I ask those questions every single night. Great bulls know where the bears are, and great bears know where the bulls are. So for Sunday, the only battle plan trade that would have activated was this trade. And you're like, okay, why in the world did you pick that spot? Well, in this particular case, when I published the strong levels for the week, this was a strong level that I had here. As you can tell, it was tested multiple times before it continued its journey. So certainly, in my opinion, played out well to be a strong level. Now, did I know we were going to gap up? Did I know any of this stuff? Of course not. But where would I be interested in a possible small short? So just like it says here, possible lil. Okay, small, lil, possible short. The safer entry would be above the strong level, not below it. So if you're going to enter a short, I wanted you to enter it above it. So you could have entered here. Did you get follow through? No. At this time, if you were up during this time at the night, what did you know? Well, we gapped up. Defended, and started laddering up. At that time, you might go, you know what, I'm going to disregard battle plan trade number one. We've got new information here. And when we opened up, I was watching for this short on the opening, but it didn't get there, or I would have taken that short on the first push through. As you're going through the night and you look how many hours price has spin up here, not even getting close to filling the gap. How many hours was that? 13 hours. You know, do you want to take that short? Well, you could have. It was a mapped out battle plan trade and you would have made money, but nothing to write home to mom about. And then Monday finished. And when Monday finished, I published a new set of battle plan trades. A couple of things I want to talk about here. So in battle plan trade number 2, I said I wanted it to take this low, get back above this strong level, and go long with the target of coming to here. Didn't quite follow through. Certainly a week of see money, take money, and keep a runner just in case, because we're going to talk about the runner from last Wednesday. The stop got moved again on Friday, but you didn't get the great follow through, but it was a great mapping. It's a great place to entertain the idea of getting long. None of these are recommendations. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a MES trader who is sharing with you where I would like to go long and where I would like to go short. It certainly offers a lot of clarity on the chart. Now, I did make one mistake this week that I probably made more than one, but I'm just highlighting one, is that we had this trend line here. So we had this trend line here. This was actually from last Wednesday's long. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. Whenever you have a diagonal line intersecting with a horizontal line, this is a great place to entertain a trade. But when I mapped out battle plan trade 4, I honestly just missed that the trend line was going through here. And so I made a miscalculation because I would have drew this differently. And in fact, I'd have probably had it as a separate battle plan, that if price got here, this would be a very interesting location. So I was wanting to pull deeper down to look for longs. This would have turned out to be really perfect. So I probably could have planned that a little better. I would have said been watchful of what happens at this strong level. Now, the truth is very strong opening there and all that good stuff. And it could have been a dangerous time to even enter a trade. But one of the things that I needed to pay a little more attention to. See, for me, this is my week in review. This is like you taking your daily journal entries on Saturday and sitting down and said, okay, let me go through this for the week. And which is probably one of the best uses of your time on Saturday morning. Then Tuesday, Battle Plan 1 said, okay, if we can get above this, I'm going to move this over. If we can get into this strong level, have a bounce off of it first. Oh, you had a bounce. And then get back in above. Somewhere in there is your long, following through to here, and you definitely got that follow through. So that was nice. Nothing to write home to mama about once again, but certainly looking for the right trade and the right trade location. And that's half the battle, in my humble opinion. Where do you want to go long? Where do you want to go short? And you take those trades. Now, let's continue this trend line look here. And eventually it got broken. Typically, it'll get broken by delta or sideways consolidation. You certainly got that sideways consolidation. You had your half day here. Friday, I did not trade Friday. I just wasn't ready. I was ready, honestly, for an extended break. So I was glad I just said no thank you. I didn't feel like I missed anything. You got an extended weekend, which is always refreshing. Of course, next week's going to be similar with New Year's. So the trend line did get broken. It's up to you whether or not you'd want to adapt that out. Let's go to a 30-minute chart. You look at this and go, I don't know if it's valuable to me to have this setting there because it's not having multi-touch points. I like when they have multi-touch points. To me, it makes it a real trend line, and that's why in here was really the best place. And at this point, you'd pretty much say it got broken on this. So last Wednesdays, we had a battle plan trade exactly here off a strong level. It was beautiful. There was a couple core strategy entries there as well. And then you got beautiful move. You woke up and you were up really nicely. When the day ends, you move your stop 5 to 10 points underneath the low. You do you. Then you've got another move up and you got an RTH close, move your stop up. You got another RTH close with a gap up right here. You're like, yes, gap and go. Beautiful. And you know that SPX and SPY are barreling towards its all-time high, major targets in the cash market. And so beautiful move. They finally hit their all-time highs this week. And every time RTH closes, you just move your stop up. RTH closes, move your stop up. RTH closes, move your stop up. So multi-day hold if you're in the right account. Let's say you're trading in a retirement account. I mean, you really want to have these multi-day holds like this. Just absolutely gorgeous. And you're looking for opportunities. Where can I add to my winning trade along this way? And eventually you'll get stopped out. We'll get another beautiful vomit move. We will map out our battle plan trades, get long, hold a runner, and hopefully have a really nice multi-day move if you are in the right account. Even if you're not in the right account, this still pays. You could have entered this overnight and exited right here at this RTH high. And then when we were live on Tuesday, just get a nice turnaround trade. And what does that mean? Well, we were trading shorts here. Members took shorts here. And then we knew to switch long here, and we took longs there. And that's absolutely beautiful. This is one of the things we do very, very well in our group, is trading the turnarounds. Okay, now let's look at our chart and update our levels for the week. Okay, from last Sunday's gap up, I just wanted to remark about the Friday high, and we put the gap up and the Friday close are within a tick of each other or so there. So I don't think that's necessary. Go ahead and remove that. Then we've got the overnight low here. I would call this, let's just make that the overnight low. It's really not the Asia low, but you could count that. Let's go overnight low. It's close enough. Overnight low. Basically the Asia low. And you could also put in here gap up low. That way, whenever we revisit it, you really know what that level is. Just give it a really good name there. We got the London low here. We have the Sunday opening that we're going to keep in there. 9.21 untested in the RTH session. Then we have this RTH low. The next level is this London low there. Here, let's bunch that up a little bit. I forgot to mark this. RTH low. Make sure the magnet tool is on. Let's come into there. Oh, perfect. And then the RTH high and the weekly high. So get the weekly high and the weekly low marked as well. Now let me turn on the single prints. So we had a VPOC finally taken here. And I want to come in and mark single prints. I haven't done that yet. So we got a set of single prints here. What a strong move that particular day. No more set of single prints. So we got one set of single prints there. So this is part of my process before I begin looking out what I believe are going to be the strong levels for the week, what are going to be the battle plan entries I'm interested in. I like to do this on Saturday morning, my weekly review. And then tomorrow I come back and look at the chart with a fresh set of eyes and continue marking out what I think are going to be the most important levels and where do I want to engage in price on Sunday and Monday. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.